Okay, green butterflies, here we are on lesson 9.1, order length. The essential question is, how do you order objects by length? Now, this doesn't mean order like get online and order something so they send it to your house. What it means is put them in order by length. Use objects to show the work. Draw to show your work. Use objects to show the problem. Draw to show your work. So let's look. Let's see, what is this? It's a straw. And it says that it wants you to find something in your desk or somewhere that is longer than that straw. Longer than that straw. So look around, see what you can find that's longer than the straw. Let's see, I found a Sharpie. Is it longer than the straw? It is. Just barely. Not much longer than the straw, but it's a little longer than the straw. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to trace it. So you go find an object that's longer than the straw. If you need to pause the video, go ahead and do it. And draw it, and you can trace it. Now, something important I want to show you. Be careful about lining things up. Let's take a look at this thing, at this marker. This marker is longer than the straw, but let's look at this. If I just set this down like this, it hangs out over the end. Is it longer than the straw? It's not. Because one thing that's really important when you're measuring things is to make sure to line up the end. And as you can see, this is about the same length, maybe actually even a little bit shorter than the straw. You see that? So be really careful about lining up your ends. Now, it says to find something that is shorter than the key. So look around for something that's short. Let's see, I've got this tornado tube. Is it shorter? Wow, ever so slightly. I think it might be. It is just a teeny tiny bit shorter, but you know what? I'm going to find something that's definitely shorter, because that's going to be hard to draw. Nope, that's longer. Some pirate money? Yep, piece of Micaiah's toy pirate money. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to trace this doubloon or whatever it is. So you go ahead and find something also that is shorter than the coin and trace it. Pause the video if you need to. Okay, if you're done doing your tracing, let's turn the page. It says, order 3 pieces of yarn from shortest to longest. Draw the missing piece of yarn. So we have the shortest piece of yarn here and the longest piece of yarn here. So just grab your pencil, and I don't want you to actually draw it yet. If I drew a line like that, would that be correct? No, because it's shorter than the one that's supposed to be the shortest. What if I went like that? Would that be correct? No, because it's longer than the one that's supposed to be the longest. We need to draw something in between. Would that work? Yeah. But is that the only right answer? Would that work? Yeah, it would. It's just barely longer than the shortest one, but it is still longer. What about that? Would that work? It would. It's still a tiny bit shorter than the longest one. So there are lots of possible correct ways of doing that problem. Here we go. It says draw 3 lines in order from shortest to longest. Shortest means pretty short, so we'll make a short one. And then let's make a long one. Whee! And then make one in between. Now, is that the only way we could do that problem? No, it's not. We could make one quite long, and then this one longer still, and then this one definitely the longest. That would work. Now, but longest doesn't necessarily mean that it's really long. We could have a short one, and one that's a little longer, and one that's the longest, and still have them all be really pretty short. Any of those is fine. The important thing is that they are in order from shortest to longest. Okay, I want you to try the rest of these. Pay careful attention to whether it's supposed to go longest to shortest or shortest to longest. You can look at the beginning of the word. If reading those words is still tough for you, does it start with l, like longest, or sh, like shortest? Okay, when you get to the hot problem, just read it. I bet you can handle it. On the back, there are more word problems. Draw 4 objects in order from shortest to longest. It can be any kind of object you want. All right, you can handle it. Go ahead and get started.